Another arrest has been made. We're actually getting some more headlines and related to this as well. Remember, we told you that Winifred Jiau had been arrested, and now we're learning that she's been charged by New York prosecutors. A federal judge is going to be deciding next month on whether to transfer her. She has indeed been granted bail, $250,000 worth. Now, Dominic Jiau, our own Dominic Jiau, is with me here now. He's been covering the story today. Again, we just had these headlines out in the past few moments that she had been granted bail. I think this was expected, right, that she would be granted bail. This was all in a San Francisco federal court.
That's right. So she showed up in federal court right now, and like you said, the real attention now is turning to whether or not she's going to be kind of extradited is the wrong word, but kind of moved from San Francisco to New York, which is where the kind of center of all this insider trading investigation is happening right now. Now, she is the 7th former Primary Global Research kind of consultant, expert network kind of consultant, if you will, to be charged in this whole case here. So it really does kind of speak to what's going on in terms of expert networking. And remember, just for you viewers out there, this whole idea of expert networking centers around this idea of having people together who can kind of provide insight into stuff that you may not know about, say, as an investor or a hedge fund. So if you want to know why the iPhone may or may not be better than an Android phone, then that's the reason why you go to these people. Now, the real issue is whether or not these hedge funds use them to make money. And right now, the new development here is that not only has she been kind of arrested here, but now the attention is turning now to 3 unidentified hedge funds. That's where it's going to be the real kind of concern, because of course they're the ones, you know, these expert network consultants possibly got paid for their services, but the hedge funds, quote unquote, made the money when they bet, you know, against or for a stock. So that's going to be the real issue here, Julie.
And isn't the speculation now that there might be arrests eventually at those hedge funds?
Well, right now they have a number of cooperating witnesses and cooperating kind of other parties here. So it remains to be seen whether or not any arrests will be made there, or whether or not, remember early on, some other people like Dan DeVore, they pled guilty before the kind of whole saga even started off right now. So there has been kind of like this idea that if people are willing to kind of deal or cooperate with prosecutors, that there could be some kind of another angle here. And right now, again, those 3 hedge funds are unidentified right now. So it will be kind of interesting to see whether or not those names do become public at some point in the near future.
Indeed, because some of the names of other firms have already become public.
Expert networkers, other firms, obviously a whole slew of tech names. We're talking about big ones. Nvidia here, Marvell Technology, 2 of the names linked to Winifred Jiau. Also, of course, AMD, Dell, Flextronics, some huge heavy hitters in the tech world being kind of implicated, not in terms of guilt or innocence, but because they were kind of the ultimate kind of, you know, product providers of the information, so to speak. So that's going to be the real kind of interesting kind of angle going forward, whether or not these guys actually do go after the hedge funds that profited from the stock rises or falls in these names.
Okay, thank you so much, Tom. I appreciate it. Again, Winifred Jiau being granted bail in a San Francisco court.